Good evening and welcome back to Midnight Movie Club and another trailer breakdown for Mortal Kombat. So just a little bit earlier on, I done my trailer breakdown for a TV spot slash sort of teaser trailer that dropped. It was actually leaked a little earlier on this evening, and now, a couple hours later, the full red band trailer that we had been promised today has also leaked. At first it was in pretty poor quality, but it's actually leaked in HD now. The only catch is that it is all in Russian. So I can't really talk much about the dialogue that is said. Can make out a little bit with the YouTube auto translate, but it's not great, so I don't want to speculate on anything any character says, as I can't clarify exactly what it is. This is going to be purely breaking down the visuals, which are fucking amazing. Honestly, we were not ready. We were not ready. So without any more chit chat, let's dive right into it. The trailer starts off with icicles hanging down the walls of this sort of empty looking warehouse before we see Jax come through having a little search round with a torch on the end of his gun. Jax is obviously out here doing some covert operation type shit, digging into Mortal Kombat and who this cryomancer is that's running about town causing a muck. We then see him heading up a stairwell with all of the architecture frozen around him, and the set design looks awesome. I'm loving all the icicles hanging off at everything, and you can just tell that Subzero has been through here. Before long, he comes face to face with Subzero himself, shoving his gun right in his face before he is stopped dead in his tracks. Subzero grabs the end of the barrel and then starts to freeze it. What is then so badass is Jax actually tries to get a shot off, but Sub-Zero is too strong for it. He's frozen the gun so much that you actually see the flash of the muzzle kind of dissipate back in with the ice. It kind of extinguishes that and pushes the bullet back and freezes the whole gun. Holy shit, it's just so badass. Then we see poor Jax brought down to his knees, Sub-Zero grabbing him by the hands, freezing his arms until they explode. And there we go, we've got the backstory for Jax and his cybernetic arms. And honestly, I know it's not Ermac who's done it, who you know, in the lore is established to be the one who rips Jax's arms off. But here, in the context of this film, I do quite like it being Sub-Zero. Obviously the big bad of this movie is Shang Tsung, but Sub-Zero is like his right hand man in this, and I really do think that they're going to make Sub-Zero super evil in this incarnation of Mortal Kombat. It is Bihan, and I think he does something very evil later on in the trailer as well. We'll talk about that. So I think him being the one to take Jax's arms from him is a very good decision, makes him more menacing, makes him come across as more of a danger to the team of protagonists. So yeah, I'm all for that. And the visuals, the CGI, the gore, oh my god, it's looking so good. We then move on and we see Sonya Blade briefing who I believe is Cole Young in this scene, as we see him once again pulling down his jumper after an MMA fight, revealing that dragon tattoo, where I believe Sonya is going to tell him that marking, sorry I said tattoo, it's just a marking, I think it's like a birthmark he's probably been born with. She says that marking is an invitation, and it's going to be an invitation to the tournament of Mortal Kombat. We then see Jax again as the trailer kind of goes back in time a little bit. He's driving around probably before his meeting with Sub-Zero, you know, trying to track him down, things like that, before he gets to Cole. We then see another quick flash of Cole and what might be some foreshadowing. Just listen to me here in a moment. We see him preparing for a fight. He's wearing a black hoodie, and he's got yellow taping around his wrists and hands. Whose colours are that? Scorpion. And who do we see later on having visions of Scorpion? Cole. There's a little bit of a connection going on here between Scorpion and Cole Young. We'll talk about that a little bit later on, but this, I'm definitely 100% sure this is a little bit of foreshadowing. We then get this epic landscape shot of where I think is actually Outworld. I'm not too sure if it's just a lens flare, but it actually looks like there's another planet in the sky or a moon that's really close to this Earth, wherever it is. And I think it actually might be Outworld. Let me know in the comments down below where you think this is. It's just a stunning, stunning shot. Moving on, we then see this cool painting of the Mortal Kombat tournament and one of its victors on this sort of tablet, this stone. Maybe this is something that the group look into and learn about the tournament from. As far as it goes for the characters in the picture, I'm not too sure. Who do you think the guy is standing over that guy coughing up blood? Do you think that's a young Shao Kahn winning the tournament or something like that? Let me know in the comment section down below. But yeah, very, very cool, and definitely will have something to do with probably giving us a little bit of backstory and exposition on the tournament. Once again, we see more of Sonya Blade just kind of briefing Cole Young, but moving on to a much cooler shot, and this is one we've seen in the leaked teaser / TV spot. It is Raiden and Shang Tsung walking toward each other in this sort of frozen, dilapidated temple, and I can't wait to see these two throw down. I said in the teaser trailer breakdown that Shang Tsung was maybe under the guise of Subzero and he's caused this place to freeze like this. Maybe Raiden thought he was fighting Subzero and now Shang Tsung has revealed himself, or maybe this is the final throwdown after the Scorpion Sub-Zero fight, something like that, and this will be the decision, you know, the decider of who will take Earthrealm. As I said before as well in that other breakdown, I kind of hope we get a fight scene where the camera just stays like this and the game moves left to right, just follows the action. It's like one big continuous shot. Imagine how badass that would be. Honestly, if they'd done something like that on top of everything else we're seeing, this movie's a fucking 10 out of 10, I tell you. Anyway, moving on, we get more Cole Young. He's looking in the mirror, he's feeling stressed out, and what does he see? A vision of Hanzo himself, who looks like he's slowly becoming the Demon Scorpion. And I wonder why he's having these visions. Why have we seen him in Scorpion's colours? Why is he seeing Scorpion when he looks in the mirror and freaking out? What is going on? Is he related to Hanzo? Is he something to do with his clan? What is the connection there? Let me know in the comments what you think it is. Do you think maybe Cole is going to become Scorpion? Hanzo's going to kind of pass the mantle on to him? Let me know what you think. It's a very, very interesting piece to discuss. Then it really goes back in time and we see Hanzo before he becomes Scorpion, and we see what he's up to here. He's holding his spear, he's ready to fight, and just outside of what I believe is probably his house, we see a couple of Lin Kuei members, part of Sub-Zero's clan, and I think on the ground there you can actually see his wife and child frozen. Probably frozen alive, frozen to death by Sub-Zero. Hanzo's come back, maybe from just popping down to the shops or, you know, going out doing Hanzo shit. And he's discovered his wife and family like this, and there's probably a Lin Kuei ambush. And little do they know that they're fucking with the wrong guy, because before they know it, they are all swiftly taken out by Hanzo and his spear as he shoves it through some guy's chest and then through another guy's head, and the blood and the gore, it's all looking fantastic. The fight choreography, everything. Hanzo is looking so badass, and this shot here where you see the blade go through that sort of visor, on these types of doors, you know, that you get in like these Asian countries. I don't know what the exact name is for it is, but that's just such an awesome, horrifying sort of shot that you would see in a really cool samurai movie. And yeah, I just loved seeing it here, kind of having this samurai western vibe going. He's out for revenge. How can you not love Scorpion's origin story, honestly? Moving on again, this is a shot we saw in that other trailer that was leaked earlier. We see Kano, Liu Kang, Sonya and Cole Young, who I believe are all on their way to meet Kung Lao at Raiden's temple. I think that's Raiden's temple. You can see over there sort of underneath all that white on that mountain. I think Raiden's going to hit a bolt of lightning down on it and it's kind of going to unearth the temple. But this is obviously Kano before he turns on them, which we then see Sonya putting someone in an armbar. That is Kano. We see it here before she throws him over in that same sort of area, so he must turn on them around this time. Then just after that, we see him using his eye laser from his cybernetic eye. Absolutely awesome shot. Love the lighting, everything going on here, and I love how maniacal his laugh is when he uses it. It's just so cool. I think this is where they meet Kung Lao. He uses his eye laser, Kung Lao blocks it with his hat. We'll talk about that later. Moving on, we see something we've seen again. Liu Kang charging up a fireball. This guy is chiseled to hell. You can see every single muscle in his right arm there, and he's just an absolute perfect casting. Yeah. Moving on again, we see Jax. This is what was the focal point of my last trailer breakdown for Mortal Kombat, that teaser. He is doing a fatality. He is jumping up to smash this guy's skull in. I don't know why he's going to cave his skull in if they're in a match. It doesn't look like anyone is around them watching. They just look like they're fighting, maybe on some sort of bridge. It looks like there's water underneath them, something like that. A lot of people saying it's Raiko. Seen some people saying it's Shao Kahn, but Shao Kahn isn't going to get his head caved in the first film to Jax. That's just not going to happen. So it's probably Raiko if you think it's anyone. Me personally, I think it might just be a random fighter that's part of the tournament, someone who's just there to be cannon fodder and fatality to give us a cool kill. We then see Kung Lao and Liu Kang in Raiden's temple, this temple that's out in the desert somewhere. Standing in between them is this weird sort of spiral monument thing, and I think maybe Raiden will use this to teleport them to different realms or something like that. Maybe each circle on it represents a realm, something like that. Or he uses it to talk to the elder gods. Let me know what you think it could be used for. I'm keen to hear all the thoughts and theories and all the little hidden things in this trailer. Then right after that, we see Kano's eye blast hit Kung Lao's hat as he deflects it and dodges it. And honestly, the speed he does this at is just so badass. I'm loving the speed and weight that the characters all seem to have. It just seems so true to the characters in the game, and it's just so badass. We then see Raiden come down as we hear Shang Tsung say Raiden as he starts naming each of the characters on the roster. Shang Tsung's voice is sounding dope, even in Russian. I don't know if they changed it slightly or not. He sounded pretty normal to me, but yeah, he looks awesome. We see some more of Jax with his arms just standing there looking like an absolute beast. We get a close-up of his hand as well, and bloody hell, they had to cut back on the budget of this film to make it R-rated, but honestly you couldn't tell. The CGI is fantastic from what we're seeing so far. Moving on then, we see most of the protagonists here in that temple again as Raiden hits that lightning strike. And if you look far off to the left, you can actually see one of Kitana's fans. Loving the scale of it, how big it is, how big the blades are on it. Makes me wonder, are we going to see Kitana and will CC Stringer be playing Kitana since she is playing Mileena? Very interesting question. Let me know what your answer is to it in the comments. And in this next shot, that is that lightning strike hitting the temple again. So unearthing it probably, or maybe transporting everyone to Outworld, something like that, or bringing the Outworlders to Earthworld if they would want to do that. I'm not sure why. We then see Scorpion, I believe, finishing off a teleport, and I don't know who he's standing across from. I think it is either Cole Young or, get this, Johnny Cage. We just see them wearing trousers with a red waistband, and it looks like there's something over their body. I wonder if it's Cole Young and he's kind of found what his power is, and he's able to put this sort of, I don't know, bio armor over his body, because we see something like this a little bit later on with Goror. I've seen someone say that it's Johnny Cage Goro's fighting, but maybe it's Cole Young just using his power now that he's been trained and shown how to tap into it. We then get an awesome shot of Liu Kang walking across sand dunes looking like he's on Tatooine. It's just so sick and epic, let's be honest. Honestly, from a first time director, holy shit, the cinematography is insane. We then see Hanzo once again looking tortured as Scorpion, and yeah, I'm just loving this cast and he looks great. He looks a little bit old maybe, I don't know, so maybe he will pass it on to Cole Young, but no offence or anything, but he does look good, but he does look like a tortured, weathered soul at this point. But yeah, I'm liking it. It looks like he's in the nether realm. Hopefully we can see the Nether Realm or something like that. That'd be badass. Moving on, we see Kung Lao kicking his hat at Cole Young here at Raiden's temple or the Shaolin temple, whatever it is. They're just training, you know, getting gassed up for Mortal Kombat. You know what it is, they're just training. And yeah, who doesn't love a training montage, you know, we got to get a montage. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And this next shot I want to talk about a fair bit. CC Stringer as Mileena, she looks badass. I said this in my character poster review, you could call it. She looks badass. I just don't like the costume design and the teeth. I like how she licks the blade and her movement. It looks kind of sleek and slinky, snake-like, like Mileena in the games. You know, that way she kind of walks and moves almost like a snake. I like the way she done that. She looks like she's embodied the character really well. But her teeth just aren't really that cool enough for me. It just kind of looks like they're a little bit jagged in places. She just kind of looks like a vampire. Although she does have the slits on the side of her mouth, so her mouth could open up further and reveal those big tarcatan teeth. But as of right now, everyone was telling me, like, calm down bro, calm down, relax, like, she'll show her teeth off in the trailer or the movie. If this is what they're showing off, yeah, nah, I think I had reason to be worried. It's not quite put my fears to bed yet. It does look better than the poster, I'll give you that. But she hasn't got the teeth on the side of her cheeks or anything like that, like MKX Mileena. But in saying this, you know, it could all change once we see the movie. Don't go for my jugular. Don't get too butthurt over it. I'm just saying that I'm not a huge fan of this character design right now as we have seen it up to this point. But that could change when the movie comes out. She could open that mouth up and tear someone's face off with it. And you know, if that happens, I'll be a happy guy. You know, I can't complain with that. But as I said, she looks like she's embodied the character, and that's what really counts in the end. Moving on then, now we see Shao Kahn. Well, a statue of Shao Kahn, and oh my god, he's looking bulky, isn't he? He's looking like a thick boy. And yeah, I don't think Shao Kahn's going to be in the film, but obviously they had to reference him in some sort of way, you know. So it's just nice to see him referenced, and I'm sure if we get a sequel, he will be the big bad. Now this next shot, please, moment of silence, because I've said this all along with my Mortal Kombat videos, he's my favourite character, and I think I've spotted him in the trailer. I think we see Reptile. As we see these two characters sitting down here, probably looking at intel, or I don't know what they're up to, we see this arm or leg coming down that looks like it's transparent. You see a little bit of veins and a little bit of nerves and stuff like that. You know, it looks like one of those anatomy pictures of a body when it's halved in two. And it looks like Reptile. There's only one person in the Mortal Kombat universe that I associate going invisible with, and that's Reptile. And if Reptile's in this movie, I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but yes, I will be so happy, because he's been my favourite character since day one. I just love Reptile. Let me know though, do you think this is Reptile, or are there any other characters that can go invisible like this, like we see in this moment? So in the trailer, I advise you all, slow it down at this part, have a little gaze for yourself, come back and tell me what you think, and we'll have a little discussion about it. Then we see Shang Tsung with some people behind them, and who's that on the left? I don't think that's Subzero. I think that is actually Reptile. And then to his right, I believe that is a masked Mileena. At least that's who I think it is. But to his left, I think that might be masked Reptile, and I think Reptile will be a player in this. He'll be a little assassin / spy for Shang Tsung to watch all the Earth Realmers and see what they're up to. And I can't believe that they've just went and shown him. Yeah, but I'm really happy with that. Shang Tsung looks amazing. His armor looks amazing. The guy that plays him, the guy from the Dark Knight, I can't remember what the actor's name is, but yeah, he's got it on point. His voice sounds sick, and he just looks a lot like him. The wrinkles in his skin, you know, all that in that poster when he had the veins popping and everything, fantastic, just fantastic. Then we see Liu Kang. I don't know who he's fighting here, but he's charging up his fire dragon fatality, and then we see it in all its glory. rearing its head up before it slams down and absolutely destroys his foe in front of him. Who do you think that is in front of him? Maybe it's Reptile, who knows? I'll be sad if it is, because he's going to be dead in the first movie. But like Liu Kang and Reptile's fight in the 1995 film, which was the best fight in the film, let's be honest, they could have another throwdown here. It just might not end well for Reptile again. But hopefully survives. We'll see. Let me know who you think he's killing here. Really, really dope shot. Once again, set design, the location looks fantastic. Next shot, oh my god, Goror, whatever pronunciation you want to go with. Goror confirmed. Who is he fighting? This is either Johnny Cage or Cole Young. I think I'm calling it now with saying this might well be Johnny Cage, honestly. I thought it might be Cole Young. It's the person who's in that shot with Scorpion teleporting, and it has to be one of them, but I just can't put my finger on who it is. They've kind of got this body armor on, and I thought maybe that's Cole's power once he learns how to use it. Or it could be Johnny, as Johnny's like a descendant of those Mediterranean warriors. That was explained in, was it MKX or 11? It was explained in one of them. And that's kind of how he uses his green energy. But here they could change it slightly and he maybe armours up his skin or something like that and it makes him a bit stronger. Once again, it would be like the 1995 film Johnny fighting Goror. But maybe they will give that to Cole Young since he's the Johnny this time round. Who knows? Let me know what you think in the comments. Another confirmation for another character, Cabal, confirmed. Cabal is fighting Liu Kang here. And it actually looks like that area from when Liu Kang was doing his Fire Dragon fatality. So possibly it is Cabal who he is killing. And I'm sorry, Cabal, mate, but you're about to get a little bit toastier all over again, sadly for you. But yeah. Are you happy about Cabal being in the film? I was not expecting to see him in the trailer, but holy shit, I'll take it. This is going to be a badass fight. Both of them super fast. So yeah, this trailer just rocked. It really did. Then the showdown we're all waiting for. Scorpion versus Subzero. Said this before, their mask design, their costume design's looking sick. I love how they're a little bit bulkier, a little bit more armoured up for this one so that they can just go to town on one another. We see them throw down a little bit, Scorpion using his spear a lot, but the most badass part of this fight, Sub-Zero slashes Scorpion, his blood splatters into the air, Sub-Zero freezes it midair, grabs it, then stabs him with it, makes an ice wall, throws him through the ice wall. Holy shit. How good is that? Like, how good is that fight choreography and just that sequence? I can't wait for this fight. I absolutely cannot wait. Then at the end of it, we see Scorpion come back a little as he uses his spear again, says get over here, his demonic voice sounding badass. And as he yanks Scorpion through a railing, we actually see someone in the background kneeling down. And I believe that that's that character again. It's either Cole Young or Johnny Cage. Let me know in the comment section down below who you think it is. I think it might be Cole, since Cole looks like he's connected to Scorpion in some way, and if it is, then that would confirm that Cole will fight Goror. Yeah, it just makes sense. But yeah, that's how the trailer rounds out and finishes off. Holy shit, this is probably my longest breakdown yet. I had a lot to say about this one. I hope you got some sort of information. You learned something new from this. You got a nice little takeaway. I hope I just didn't gush for like 15 minutes or something like that. But yeah, if you're new here to the channel, please do subscribe to join the club. And for more videos like this, I don't just do Mortal Kombat, I do horror and sci-fi and thriller movies, reviews, news, lore, all that good stuff. But wait, there's more. Just as you think the trailer's going to end, right after the little title sequence at the very end, Shang Tsung says something, we can't make it out because it's in Russian, but right after he says it, we get this quick little montage of gruesome content where we see Sonya shooting who I believe is Mileena with her wrist gauntlet, her wrist gun, and it just looks really cool. You see the purple mist come off it. We're seeing Mileena's blood go everywhere as she rolls about. I wonder if that's her actually getting killed there, because there's a shit ton of blood and she has a huge chunk out of her stomach. Then right after that, we see some sort of creature that might be the same species as Reptile as Kano rips its heart out. He then says something in Russian, I'm not too sure what it is, but it looks like he's having a good time. But let me know in the comments what you think this creature might be. Do you think it's Reptile or one of his species? If it's Reptile, I'll be super upset because he's dead already in the first movie. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's just something like him or something completely different. But let me know in the comments, as I said before. I will be covering Mortal Kombat till it drops, and I will be reviewing it once it does come out, as I'm a big fan of the games, and I'm looking forward to the gore in this one. It's going to be awesome. It really raised my hopes for this film, this trailer. It was so badass. I'm so happy to break it down with you all, and I can't wait to discuss it with you all in the comments. So let's get down there. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment. Let's have a chat. As always, thank you very much for watching, and good night.